How you doing, Jersey? Welcome to the Star Ledger Newsroom. Today's topic, left lane lingerers. You know, these people who camp out in the left lane of the highway, driving 50, 60 miles an hour for miles and miles and don't let anybody by. Editorial writer Kevin Manahan delved deep into this pressing issue over the weekend with an editorial. Kevin, welcome.
Hi, Brian. How you doing?
All right.
I would have been here sooner, but I got caught behind a guy in the left lane doing about 40 miles an hour.
So tell us what you did. You did a pretty interesting approach to this whole thing.
Well, you know, listen, this is a problem, as you stated, that's a big problem for those of us in Jersey.
Drives people crazy.
Who love to drive in the left lane and love to drive fast, like the governor, for instance. And so we found this guy who has a website out in Washington and in western United States. They're starting to enforce this. In New Jersey, the law is you really can't be in a left lane of a 2-lane or 3-lane highway unless you're overtaking another vehicle. So you have to be left only to pass, and then you have to get back right. So out in the western United States, some states are actually enforcing this law, and they're writing tickets. And there's a guy out there, this guy named J.A. Tosti, who is one of these left lane advocates, who started a website, leftlanedrivers.org. And he's selling these decals that you put on the front of your car on the windshield. You strip across the top of your windshield, about 4-inch letters that say "move over" in reverse, so the guy can read it in his rearview mirror with a big arrow pointing to the right. And so we decided that we would put this on my car, my muscle car, my 1999
nice
Toyota
ride.
Corolla, and we drive up and down the Parkway and the Turnpike and see what kind of response we got from these left lane lollygaggers.
Now, I was with you when we did. I was working the camera, and we got a couple of middle fingers right off the bat.
Yep.
Is it that usually happen to you, or is this a different? Because I've never driven with you before.
No.
I mean, is that you did?
No, only from relatives when they pass me in the street.
So the sign made a difference. Having that sign, you think made a difference?
The sign did make a difference. I think what we found when we went out driving, we found that people they do read it, number one, and that they will eventually get over. Now, when you go by, they're going to let you know what they think of the fact that you kind of forced them out of the left lane, and that's when we weren't out there for, 5 minutes?
Right, yeah.
We found 2 guys just camped out in the left lane. They moved over, and they both flipped us the bird as we went by. Like, okay, y'all get over, but I'm going to let you know what I think about that.
Right.
So the funny thing was when I talked to this guy, J.A. Tosti, about what the reaction is out in Washington, where he's from, Washington State, he said, people just kind of take this as a gentle reminder. And I had to tell him that, New Jersey, there's not too many gentle reminders in New Jersey. Like, he actually wanted me to take the lesser, there's another decal that just says slower traffic with an arrow to the right, which is kind of a little more subtle.
People. Yeah.
But I just thought, you know what, in New Jersey, you got to hit people over the head. So we used the move over. If we could have put jerk on there, we would have done that too with the big arrow. So, but the one thing that and I wrote about the guy in my editorial. There was a guy on the Turnpike who actually slowed down when he saw the sign to go slower. So he was kind of busting my chops.
Right,
on
it's
that.
pretty obnoxious to have somebody come up on your rearview mirror and have a big move over sign in the window.
It is obnoxious.
I think I'd go a little slower.
But
I would slow down.
He did, but then when we went around him, he actually gave me 2.
That raises this other issue, which drives me nuts. It's all right. I'm in the left lane. I'm passing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Then these guys come up like a guy with the move over sign, with flashing the lights, and accusing me of being a left lane lingerer when I'm just doing the right thing, trying to get past. And then they're flashing the lights, trying to go over. You can't get over. There's somebody there.
Yes, we're not advocating.
That drives me nuts. More nuts than the people who linger in the left lane.
And it should, because those guys are dangerous drivers. We're not advocating tailgating anybody. We're not advocating flashing the lights. What we're trying to do in this editorial is just let people know that this is the law, because a lot of people, you talk to the state troopers, they believe that most people in New Jersey don't know the law. People in New Jersey believe that the left lane, most drivers in New Jersey believe the left lane is the fast lane. Oblivious. Yeah, clueless. So somebody will get into the left lane and they'll say, well, the speed limit's 65, I'm doing 70, so I can stay in the left lane, because theoretically, for someone to have to pass me, they'll have to be speeding anyway, and that's bad, so they'll have to break the law, so I can stay in this lane. But the law actually states that if you're not overtaking another vehicle, you have to get over.
The best guy was the guy in the left lane, camped out there probably 2 or 3 minutes, and we had to go around him, right? And finally, we see he's on the phone, puts the phone down.
To flip us the bird.
I think it's the middle finger. He had to put the phone down to give us the middle finger.
So here's a guy who's he's not only passing, he's not passing in the left lane, but he's also on the phone at the same time. So you caught a guy who was kind of daydreaming. Caught a guy who was daydreaming, breaking the law, breaking 2 laws, but still he wanted to make sure that we knew what he thought, what he thought of our decal when we went by.
You talked to a couple of people out there about this when we were out there as well.
Some guy comes up behind you with a big decal on his car and says, "Move over." Are you moving over, or are you telling the guy, "Hey, it's the middle finger salute, buddy"?
Nobody likes to be told what to do,
Yes.
you know? I'm doing it as a courtesy,
Yeah.
not because somebody tells me.
Right. So you would do it regardless.
I would do it.
But would you find a decal like that obnoxious?
Yeah.
But would you like stay in it?
I might take my time moving over,
Okay.
you know, more, you know, because if somebody beeps or, you know, flashes your lights, okay, I'll move, but maybe I'll take my time, you know.
Somebody comes up behind you with that thing, and you read it, it says, "Move over." Are you moving over, or are you like, "Dude, forget about it. That's obnoxious. I'm not moving for you"?
I don't know. It depends on, I guess, how aggressive the guy is.
Yeah.
I mean, a really aggressive driver coming right up behind me, I'll always move. So I think maybe he's drunk.
I mean, you think this decal thing will catch on?
I
It's
don't-
too
you know,
obnoxious to me.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, part of the reason that I wanted to go to put it on was I just wanted to see what the reaction was going to be. You don't see these in Jersey. According to this guy, Jay Tosti, he's only sold a handful of them in Jersey. And so we wanted to go see how people would react.
Right.
We know how they react when you get up on their bumper and you ride them. They're not very happy about that. But I can tell you that I've never had, really, I don't think I've ever had anybody flip me the bird like that.
In the past 5 minutes.
And that many times in 5 minutes when I was just out driving.
Happens
So I
around
guess-
here. Happens around
so
here a
it had
lot,
to be
right?
to the decal.
But
well,
you're
in the
used to it
office
around the
it's
office.
different, and around my house it's different. But out on the road, I'm just minding my own business. I really haven't had that. You know.
All right. Thanks a lot, man.
Hey, thanks for
Take it
having
easy.
me.
That wraps up
Appreciate it.
Ledger Live for today. Remember, pass on the left.
Get to the right. Get out of the way.
Ledger Live at
trying to get to
starledger.com
work.
is the email address. All right,
Wait.
Jersey, take it easy.